SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Spartan Nation Radio. This is your benevolent dictator, Hondo Carpenter, and as you know, each and every week on the show, we bring in the grand poobah of SMD Law, the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. You can find them on the internet at smdalaw.com or 866-529-3537. When your next decision matters, you call them first, and then you act. Jeff, before we start talking legal questions from our listeners, can you at least tell me, is the only solace in the Tigers that at least they're going to be a number one pick?
Well, I was actually at the game on Sunday, and, sitting there looking, watching, I'm thinking, the Tigers are basically fielding a team of 7 utility players in the field and 2 day-to-day players, at their normal positions. And one of them was the rookie that they just traded for from Atlanta. And I'm watching this unfold thinking, man, there's just no interest in the stadium. Announced attendance was about 19,000. You could count the people by hand, no doubt. And it didn't feel like baseball, Hondo. So, hopefully that the draft pick that they got in this year, I heard he's progressed quickly. He's all the way up to full single A right now. He looks good. He's hitting the cover off the ball. They said that he has the instincts of a center fielder, could run like a gazelle, and hopefully it pans out. The kid's only 18. The arms at Double-A look pretty solid. Casey Mize and Matt Manning are supposed to be something special, but we've heard that story before. I don't know, Hondo. Watching that game with Kansas City started their rebuild, I think, after Detroit did, and how much further along Kansas City is than the Tigers is it's a little disheartening.
I agree. All right, Jeff, let's get to some email. I'm going to start with Frank. Frank wants to know, Jeff, what's the best way of appealing a ticket for a moving violation? I don't want to get the cop in trouble. He was good, but I hope he's got dashboard cam.
That's a common story. You might want to, if you have the available funds, and depending what the violation was, maybe just call a local attorney that practices within that municipality. If not, and you want to try it on your own, the best way is to schedule the hearing in front of the magistrate and just see if you can't have them plead it down to a impeding traffic or maybe a non-moving violation after you plead your case. A lot of times if it's a minor traffic violation, I'm going to stress minor, all the local court or the city's interested in at that point is the court costs, recouping those, and also the fine on the ticket. Of course, all of us are interested in not getting the points on our insurance, and so trying to get that resolved to a non-moving violation like impeding traffic is probably the best way to do it. And if you go in, you're sincere, you tell your side of the story to the judge or magistrate, chances are they're going to work with you if you have a clean record and you're sincere. Otherwise, I'd say call an attorney in that local city and have him do it for you.
Awesome. The next one comes to us from Lee in Langsburg. Lee says, Hondo, I wrote you about someone forging my signature, met with Jeff. He sent me to another attorney in his firm, and it's being handled. I love them. I secured the firm and their services, and his associate John has been awesome for me. Please tell Jeff, love him and his firm.
Oh, that's awesome. Initially, I could not get her in. I had her meet with or talk to Donna Verkus by phone. Donna is our superstar divorce and family law attorney here at the firm, and she referred him over to John's firm. And John Herman does a great job with securities fraud, investment fraud, violation of fiduciary duty type law. He's a great guy and a great friend of our firm.
Well, it sounds like they evidently must have sued him and won already. That seems kind of cool.
Well, maybe they wrote a demand letter or did something, but it sounds like the problem's resolved or about to be resolved, so that is awesome.
Okay, the next one comes from another person. I don't use her name because she's going through a divorce. But she says, Hondo, thank you so much. Jeff recommended, I met with Jeff's company. They're doing my divorce all the way over in Berry County. Tell Jeff, love his firm. Thank you.
Oh, that's another good one to hear, Hondo. Like I said, if we can't handle it here in-house, a lot of times we have a lot of good friends in our network, or it's something we can handle with 1 or 2 trips to an out county. No problem, we can get it done.
Well, and I think it's cool, Jeff, that, I mean, you are Michigan's full-service law firm. There's one in Berry County. There's one in Michalowski. We've heard from just there that you helped.
Correct. I mean, we could get it done. A lot of business moves fast, and it moves by internet, phone, online, whatever it is. We could get it done. It doesn't have to be the stuffed, leather chairs and crisp white shirt practice law anymore, where you have to meet with the attorney at his mercy and whim. We'll get it done. Just give us a call and we can do it.
That's got to make you feel good, though, to have both of those two already writing in. Next comes from Dave. Dave says, Hondo, quick question for Jeff. Can you ask him what is the best way to handle a situation? I have season tickets to Michigan State, and they sent me the wrong ones this year, and they're claiming that I made the mistake in my renewal. I didn't. What's the best way to handle that?
Probably, as we would say with a small agency, handle it through their system first, see what you can do. If you have proof as to how you submitted your application or renewal, that would be awesome. But generally, there's going to be somebody in charge of ticketing or somebody a step up, or there's always somebody to hear the complaints, right, Hondo?
Absolutely. The next one comes to us from Kirk. Kirk says, Hondo, my son and I, 4 years ago, helped a farmer lay a bunch of tile in his field. We did it for free because he said if we did, my son and I could hunt his property till my son graduates. That's next year. He passed away and his children are selling the farm. They said there's nothing they can do if the new farmer doesn't let us hunt. To us, we had an agreement. The kids acknowledge it. What can we do?
It doesn't sound like there's going to be much they could do about anything at that point. Maybe, if you want to change it to a monetary type thing, you could file a creditor claim against the deceased farmer's estate. Certain rules and restrictions would be around that. But your agreement was with that farmer, not the new buyer. So not a whole lot you can do.
All right. Jeff, the next one comes to us from Zach. Zach says, Hondo, having issues with my ex-wife not letting me have the children when it's my visitation. She'll come up with reasons such as they're late, they're coming home from the lake, whatever. I've called friend of the court. They seem to be very pro-woman. What can I do, Zach?
Friend of the court does tend to enforce the agreement that exists. It's very hard to move without the framework. But once a year, you're entitled to a look at the situation, and you can always file change in circumstance or try and get something going with some child custody issues. However, you got to be able to know how to navigate the system and ask for a judicial hearing on the issue. And that's where I think it's time to contact an attorney. As I said earlier, we have a superstar in the world of family law, and that's Donna Verkis, and she'd be more than happy to help you out if you give us a call or at least set up an initial phone conference, and she could steer you in the right direction.
All right, Beth says, Hondo, I'm going through a divorce, and my husband had an expensive pistol that he informed me when I was listing property that he sold a year ago. First of all, I know it wasn't sold a year ago. Number two, I believe he must have sold it to a friend or family member so he could get it back. Number three, I know he didn't go through a licensed gun dealer, and it's illegal to sell a handgun without doing that. I'm not trying to be a witch, but I want my money. How do I describe this to the court? Because I'm sure they would want to know he's alleging that he sold a handgun and he doesn't have a license.
There are some rules. They could transfer a handgun through your local sheriff, check check those rules out.
Jeff, I edited
so,
I edited the email just so you know she did all of that.
Okay, because I just transferred a couple handguns through an estate. We sold them through the estate. We didn't have to deal with a broker or dealer. The way that works is they can differ from county to county, but at any rate, if it's something to do with a divorce judgment, what you have to do is go to court on what's called a motion to show cause. Again, that's something you're going to want to contact an attorney to try and get it figured out the right way.
Awesome. His name is Jeff Michalowski, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. He is the grand poobah of SMD Law. You know him, you love him, you appreciate him. He is the one and only, the iconic wonder himself. Find him on the internet, smdalaw.com, 866-529-3537. When your next decision matters, you call him first, and then you ask.